Hey everybody, it's Allison and
Alexandra.
And we're here. We want to talk to you a little bit about Domestic Violence Awareness Month and how you can help contribute. So we're downstairs at the admin office at our basically main supply table. We have people come in from the community to take stuff, but you as staff as well is more than welcome to come down here and grab some of this stuff. You can take it for your own home, for your doctor's offices, for your churches. Obviously, prevention, education, and training, we're out in the community and we take this stuff with us, but we're a very small department, so we can't hit up every church, every business, every home. So we are kind of dependent on you guys helping out as well. So let me explain the different things we have here and suggestions on how you can use it. The most common thing that we use during this month is the yard sign, double-sided. It can go on one of these metal signs and go in someone's yard. Or if it's a business, it can just go up in their window like this. And Alexandra will show you how you can put it on there, because it can be tricky.
It. And just pull it down.
I will tell you, during my first year, I did not know how to do that. So people in the streets of Canonsburg saw me do a major struggle of trying to stretch these over the yard sign so I could deliver them. I have the trick now. It's okay. I'm not making a fool of myself or the agency anymore. But this is a great way to get our name and number and our message out there. And even if you're thinking like, hey, my church isn't on a main road, this business is kind of off by itself. I live out in the country, that it's not a big deal to have one there. The story that I always share is a few years ago, I had asked my parents to put signs up in their yard, which they were totally willing to do. But they at one point said to me like, hey, do you want to waste some of your signs in our yard? We don't live on a main street. I said, doesn't matter. We have more than enough signs. If you'd please put them up. And they did, as well as one of our neighbors did. On our street, Dahlia also lived. And that was the year that she seeks services during the month of October. She also worked at, what was the name of the pharmacy?
Jeffrey's Pharmacy.
Jeffrey's Pharmacy, who I had stopped at earlier in that month, and they also had this sign up, as well as a lot of the businesses on the main street in Canonsburg. So not only did Dahlia see the signs in her neighborhood, but she would have had to see them all the way on her way into work, and then once she was into work. And I firmly believe the reason why she reached out for services when she did is because not only did she have easy access to our hotline number, but she saw that her community believed in our message and what we did, because we had a unified message out there. So even if you think you're in a place that's not very prominent to put a sign, believe me, we have more than enough. Please take a sign and hang it up. You never know who it'll help. But we also have other things here. We also have the purple ribbons, which Alexandra will do a lovely display, because I still don't have these down yet. So
these are super easy. You take them out of the package, pull the little strings, drop it, and just pull. So you can put this on a tree, on a fence post, on your porch, tie it around where you want it, cut the leftover, and leave it out for the month.
And the leftover, if you have enough of it, one of the ideas I got actually from Lighthouse, because they support us and put up bows and signs, is they'll take the extra purple and they'll do tiny purple bows on their bushes in front of the house. So that's also a way you can bring about awareness. We also have smaller items that can kind of be set up in businesses or in churches in the entryway. We have tons of the No More pin on a little card, as well as something that explains it. So I'll have different businesses and churches set this up, and customers and members of the church can just take these items. They'll also do that with the bracelets, which are also great to pass out this time of year. We also have some, I guess, flyers or handouts, if you will, that can also go with those displays. We have 31 days of social media. This will give people suggestions for how they can kind of bring awareness about on social media. And basically, it tells them exactly what to put on their social media every day and what to share. So it's a really easy way to bring about awareness. Also reminders about Purple Thursday and wearing purple. And then as well as just a general handout about Domestic Violence Awareness Month and giving people ideas how they can participate. So if they see this in a business or at a church or a social club, they can see this and see how on their own they can do stuff at their house and other ways that they can contribute to Domestic Violence Awareness Month or just to our agency in general. We can also encourage them for the Purple Porch Project, which we have flyers for that. We do have some of our own light bulbs here, which are great, and it's a great combo to go with the sign. I usually do both because during the day people can see the sign in my yard. At night, the purple porch light shining pretty bright. But they don't have to necessarily get those from us. Lowe's also does a display of these purple light bulbs, and they're free. They don't have to pay for those. Lowe's generously supports those and supports Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And then of course we always have our brochures and things like that if you think it's pertinent to the place that you're taking stuff to. But we supply all this for free, so the agency or your church or wherever you're going doesn't have to worry about any costs. We just want them to help us spread the message. So please swing by admin, pick up some of the stuff, and help us get it distributed. I would love, by the time beginning of October rolls around, to see pretty much all of this stuff gone, because I just feel it's really important. And that's how we get clients, and that's how we get people seeking our services. You'd be amazed. Something that I've learned as being part of the Prevention Education Training Department is learning how many people actually don't know who we are, that we exist, or knowing that we exist and having no idea what it is that we do. What we do for clients, and this is a great way for them to get to know us better and to reach out.
All right, do you like my shirt? I love it. If you want one and you have not done your crowdrise page yet, that's how you get one. So you'll go to the crowdrise page that is in our Yammer page on this lovely flyer that Allison has. Create a crowdrise fundraiser, ask family and friends to donate to your cause. Don't just ask them, tell them why it's so important to you and why we want to continue to fund this mission. Raise $25, get one of these awesome t-shirts. We will see you at the walk on September 29th at the Church of the Covenant. Also new this year, we're going to be rolling out a campaign called #OneThing. So I cannot end domestic violence on my own, and none of you can end it on your own either. But collectively, we can end domestic violence. You'll receive one of these after the supervisors meeting this week to write down your one thing. You'll also receive a queue of things that you can choose from. So one thing you want survivors to know, one thing you want your community to know, maybe one thing about domestic violence you think is most important for the world to know. Collectively, with our collective voices and our collective power, is how we end domestic violence. Thanks. We'll see you this October.
Bye.